Hey everyone, Miss Adams here in class today demonstrating some different clay techniques. And first one is going to be throwing a slab 101. And this video hopefully in about a year is going to be dated because you will see the mask and you'll be like, oh, that was recorded in 2020. So yes, that year. So anyway, y'all have a brick of clay that I sent you home with. It's in your Ziploc bag to keep it nice and moist. Now what you're going to do, normally when it comes right out of the clay bag from the company where I buy it from, there are no air bubbles in here. And you can tell if there's not an air bubble in here by cutting through the clay. Air bubbles are disastrous. They will cause your pottery to explode. So now that I cut this open, I can see there's no air bubbles. I'll show you what air bubbles will look like later. But as soon as you start cutting into clay and working with clay, what happens is it all becomes different pieces, and those chunks of clay all need to be put back together. And so the very first thing we're going to do is, well, I said it was going to be throwing a slab, but the very first thing we need to do is knead the clay. So this video is going to be posted twice. The first part is kneading the clay. So after you're done working with it, you need to get this all back into one ball together. I compare it to kneading bread as well as giving CPR. So we're trying to revive the clay, all right? So I like to have it on a surface that is below me so I can push my body weight into it and, you know, really flatten it out. But so the kneading clay part is like this, and what you want to do, and then you kind of have to spiral it around like a shell. So do you see where it's kind of CPR-ish right here? And I turn it up on its tip right here and push down. Now that was kneading, this is wedging. That was definitely not enough kneading, but I remember I told you I wanted to show you an air bubble. So I'll grab my wire cutter again. I thought I'd be able to show you an air bubble. Just hate when I'm too good. No, I'm kidding, I'm not too good. Let's see if there's any air bubbles in here. And I put the clay back in those few, normally I say knead about 20 times. So back to kneading again. And you can see I even have this like athletic stance where I push down and push the clay into each other, and see how the clay goes down. What it's not doing is folding over itself and creating air bubbles. You're not like, some kids grab this and they try to like fold it away from them, and that's just not right. It is your two palms pushing down, bringing it up on the tip of it, and you're kind of spiraling that. You can see the spiral forming, and that's folding the clay into itself. Here we go. So again, it's between kneading bread and performing CPR. And that, my friends, makes your clay, it gets the air bubbles out of your clay. Now we're going to wedge it really fast. So this is actually going to end up being the video about kneading and wedging your clay. I like to wedge it back into a brick before I put it away for the day or before I start working on it. All right, there it is. One nice brick of clay without air bubbles in it.